Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They didn't let that boy on. What's going on, fight fans? Main man, made man in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. What's goody? What's good? It's Wednesday. I'm here. Midweek hump day. We halfway through it. The weekend to be here before you know it, man. Let me just make sure the audio sounded good before we continue. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. It's a pleasure. As always, it is a pleasure to be up here on YouTube with the boxing fam. We got a lot to talk about, man. We got a lot to talk about. It's been a busy week. You know what I'm saying? The boxing world news has been coming in left and right, flipping back to back. We've been dealing with so much in the boxing world, man. Much love to everybody that ride with me, man. If you catch it on the playback, much love to you too. Just continue to support your boy, man. That's all I ask, man. Before we get underway, man, let me tell y'all something, man. Watch the red light cameras. They are everywhere out this joint, man. It's a shame. I done got about 2 of them joints in the mail this week, and I'm pissed off. Real talk. They be putting them shits, man, behind trees, putting them joints behind mailboxes, man, behind lamp posts everywhere. And it's to a point now where you ain't even got to run the red light no more. If you just like pull up to the light and like cross a certain point, that joint flashing you. Man, I'm taking them all to court. I'm challenging each and every one. What, a robot gonna show up? Man, I'm challenging them all, man. Get on my damn nerves, man. Got a couple of them joints and it just really pisses me off. But it's cool though, because we here. And we about to talk some boxing, man. So before we get into the meat and potatoes of the stream, and I know what y'all want to talk about. Y'all want to talk about King Kong. I already know it. You know, I know y'all want to talk about King Kong. Before we get to King Kong, we got something else to talk about first. Some breaking news that then went down before I even had a chance to kind of talk about it. Ali Cartier, what's up, fam? In the building. Vontae Williams, what's up, homie? What's going on with you, man? Yo, before we get it underway, let's talk about this Gennady Golovkin situation. Haven't had a chance to really speak on it, man. Gennady Golovkin and Abel Sanchez has parted ways. Get the fuck out of here, sir. They have parted ways after about, 9 years of being down with each other? And they saying that money is the reason whole time. Money. Money can break, man. Money, the love of money is the root of all evil. God damn, I can't believe it. Sirach Razak says finally Triple G started to make the right choices. Next is he need to leave Tom Loeffler. Tom Loeffler is his whipping boy. This is straight up whipping boy, cuz Tom Loeffler now works for Gennady Golovkin. See, for so long, Gennady Golovkin was working for Tom Loeffler, and now Tom Loeffler works for Gennady Golovkin, and he does what he's told. And we're going to get to that. See, the thing is this, though, man. I'm shocked when I heard this news. We shouldn't have been shocked because we haven't been seeing a lot of public appearances between Abel Sanchez and Gennady Golovkin as of late. These two been kind of like on the opposite ends of the earth. They say rumors been swirling around the boxing community behind the scenes that these two were having some sort of problems. And I'm like, damn, the dynamic duo of Abel Sanchez and Gennady Golovkin. Now, I know what y'all gonna say. Well, you know, like my man just said, you know, it's due time. But we can't forget what these two have done together in the sport of boxing. And they've done a lot. We're talking 20 title defenses? They've been together for 9 years, and there was no better defender to the public than Abel Sanchez for Gennady Golovkin. Abel Sanchez has done a lot of foul stuff, said a lot of things that made Gennady Golovkin look bad in the public. We'll admit that. Statements like, oh, Gennady Golovkin will fight anybody from 147 to 168 pounds. While Andre Ward was an active fighter, I give him that. He said, put his foot in his mouth. That amongst other many bad statements. But, you know, these two have been through a lot together, man. So I'm going to get into a first statement, man. According to Gennady Golovkin, and I quote, I would like to announce that I have made a major decision for myself and for my career. Golovkin says in the statement, I want to build on what I already have achieved and continue to better myself. Therefore, continue to better myself. Therefore, I will not be training with Abel Sanchez. This was not an easy decision for me, and it's not a reflection on Abel's professional abilities. He is a great trainer, a loyal trainer, and a Hall of Fame trainer. I will be announcing my new trainer at a later date, but today I want to thank Abel for the lessons he taught me in boxing. Damn, son. Just like that, right before his upcoming fight with Steve Rose. They supposed to be going down at a catchweight. A fight that none of us asked for, none of us was checking for, but it is what it is. It ain't Demetrius Andrade and it ain't Jamal Charlo. Sheldon Holmes, what's up with you? Salute to you too, fam. Salute to you. But the fact is, yo, they split up right before a fight, right before Gennady Golovkin's big DAZN debut. Man, talk about timing, right? When Golovkin about to come to all his money. Man, Golovkin is taking charge of his whole career right now. His whole career. Golovkin been cleaning the house on a lot of levels on the low. And this is why Tom Loeffler has fell in line and say, Gennady, you're not going to get rid of me either, are you? I mean, can you keep me around? I could run your promotional company or something. Just don't fire me, Gennady. Don't fire me. And you see Tom Loeffler is now officially the whipping boy. But the fact still remains is that Abel Sanchez is saying that this is all over money. And this is all he's not happy with the fee that Gennady Golovkin was attempting to pay him as a trainer. And it's kind of messed up, man. That money got in between these two. According to Abel Sanchez, and I quote, I wouldn't take what they were trying to insult me with. It's very disappointing because I never would have guessed that this young man would do that. I thought that this young man had more scruples, whatever the fuck, more morals, a better upbringing. I never thought it would corrupt him like that. I was blindsided, really. End quote. Damn. All about money. Broke up the dynamic duo of Sanchez and Golovkin. Damn, son. It is what it is, man. But the thing is that, man, look, the one thing you got to say about Abel Sanchez when it comes to the training level, the man has coached a lot of world champions. You got to give him that. Of course, his claim to fame is Gennady Golovkin and Terry Norris. I mean, this is what he did. You know what I mean? TJ Wilkins, what's up with you? Salute. And those have been his claim to fame. Like, yo, what he did with Terry Norris and what he did with Gennady Golovkin. The thing is, if you look at a younger version of Gennady Golovkin, who was a bit more stiffer, worked behind the jab a lot more boxing oriented. When he linked up with Abel Sanchez, he became more of an aggressive style fighter, come forward style fighter, fan friendly, if you will. It was Abel Sanchez, honestly, that put that in Gennady Golovkin. He wasn't like that prior to coming to Abel Sanchez. Gennady Golovkin could talk for shit. Where's my belt? Big drama show. Like, he can't sell a fight. It was Abel Sanchez pissing us off all the way to shit, pissing us off fight after fight that was hyping Golovkin's fights, truth be told. Even if you wanted this, Abel Sanchez, his words that he said about black fighters, stuff that he said like that, angry in the black community. You know what I'm saying? His stuff that he said about Andre Ward. All the stuff that enraged us, pissed us off, made us watch Gennady Golovkin. And it was Abel Sanchez that helped him bring him to that type of prominence. And I'm being 100. So, you know, according to Abel Sanchez, and this is something that he told Kevin Iole back in 2014, and I found this a little fascinating. He says that Gennady has a completely different style than when he first came to me. We've been able to modify it and convert it into a fan-friendly style. If I had kept him how he was, the best way to describe it is that he came over here boxing like a Klitschko. We wouldn't be talking now. I was able to make a dramatic change, but I had to have a fighter who was willing to make that change with me. All of my guys fight similar styles. That's true. But they're similar because we feel, well, I feel they need to entertain. End quote. Entertain and go brain dead at the same damn time. But anyway, now as of lately, Abel Sanchez ain't been really that successful with a lot of fighters. Sullivan Barrera ain't been looking that solid. You know what I mean? Joe Joyce just left him. You dig? So he ain't really been, you know, looking all that solid. A lot of his fighters ain't been looking that solid, and they've been looking basic. This is the reason why Floyd Mayweather, when he observed Gennady Golovkin, he says he's straight up and down, no special effects. Because that's what he was, and this is what Abel Sanchez put into him. When we seen Gennady Golovkin fight David Lemieux, the way he fought David Lemieux, scooting back, little subtle movements, working behind the jab, breaking down David Lemieux until he finished him. We haven't seen that Gennady Golovkin to honestly prior to Abel Sanchez. All we seen from Gennady Golovkin is coming forward, swinging hard punches, hitting you harder than you hitting him, and bam, Mexican style. You dig? That's what we saw, and that's what Abel Sanchez put in Golovkin. Well, Golovkin is an older fighter. He's an older fighter now. Whoever he starts to train with, which I don't know if you could teach an old dog new tricks, but whoever he starts to train with, I'm hoping that they honestly add an arsenal, add a new tool to his game, or bring back some of the old things that he used to do. It would have honestly been effective against Canelo when he fought Canelo. Instead of just coming forward and letting Canelo piece him up, push him back at certain times in their last fight, putting combinations on him, not moving his head effectively enough, not moving his feet effectively enough. Maybe he could have been made that change. You know what I'm saying? Champion Killer, what's up with you? He says, you don't need to worry about Triple G. He about that life. He a true warrior. So you saying the dog is in him. I think Abel Sanchez helped put a lot of dog in him. As basic as he, as of skills that he, or as a Nordic of a fighter that he became, he wasn't all the way dog when he was younger. You look at like what's my guy, El Piro? It's right there on the tip of my brain. Y'all know who I'm talking about. 154 fighter. Alfredo Angulo. That was an Abel Sanchez fighter. Look how he fights. That's what Abel Sanchez does best. He puts dog heart in you. You know what I mean? Now, on the flip tip, when it came to Gennady Golovkin, he also gave him a hell of a, I ain't going to say a hell of a, but he gave him a defense. He made people start wondering about Gennady Golovkin. All of these statements coming from Abel Sanchez. He's saying that you'll go up to 68, but you won't go see Ward up there. He's saying, oh, you'll go down to 47 and see Floyd, but you won't go up to 68 to see Ward. It started to look bad on Abel Sanchez. You did. Word of the day, what's up with you? Who is the best trainer right now? Who's the best trainer right now? That's a hard one, bro. I always like Virgil Hunter, though. I just like his whole style. Isla Cartier, who you want to see train him, man? Well, that's a good question. Well, he can't. I like Eddie Reynoso Jr., but that's too late because he can't get with Canelo. But what fits for Gennady Golovkin? Let's see. That's a good question. Who do we want to see him train with now? I would say Freddie Roach, but I think they might be. I don't know if Freddie can add anything extra to Gennady Golovkin. I have to think about that one, Mo. Maybe Freddie Roach, though. That'd be close. Maybe Freddie Roach. There's nothing left in Triple G other than exhibition boxing. Well, the zone don't think so, paying him a fat ass amount of money. And that's what makes it so crazy, because here you see Abel Sanchez bitching about money, man. He like, Slim, he ain't paying me right. We've been through too much. Now you done got that bag, but you ain't paying me right. I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy, man. These two been together for a long, long time. But on the low, like I told you at the top of the stream, Gennady Golovkin been cleaning the house on a lot of levels. Lawyers, everything, managers, management teams, the whole nine. He taking charge of his career. He got his own promotional team that starts at the top of next year. Triple G Promotions, that his little whipping boy Tom Lawful is running for him. And he's cleaning the house with the trainers. He's like, look, if you can't take what I'm paying you, because it's like Gennady Golovkin is the boss now. There comes a difference when you become the boss. You start looking at the numbers. Everything changes. See, at first, Gennady had everybody else doing that for him. He had HBO. He had Tom Lawful fighting for K2. You know, Abel just saying whatever he wanted to say to the public. Gennady was the worker. Now Gennady is the boss. That's what's happening. Derek James, word of the day. That's a good pick, bro. Word, Derek James. I think Derek James him and Gennady Golovkin could do some good things together. They could do a lot of good things together. That'd be good. Lion Bar in the building. What's up with you? The Terminator. I hear that, man. Marcus Davis, what's going on? Lewis Coleman in the building. What's up, fam? What's good with you? Robbie Garcia should train Triple G. Nah, I don't think Robbie Garcia will add anything extra to Gennady. I think honestly, Derek James, it'd be perfect. Perfect. I like that. Gennady defense is underrated. That's one thing that Virgil could teach you. You know, better footwork, I think. You know what I mean? Using them feet and getting out of the way. But Gennady Golovkin got skills, man. He's a very accomplished boxer, even before before Abel Sanchez. It's just that Abel Sanchez transformed him into this come forward, basic, straight up and down, no special effects, throwing hard punches, not using all of the tools that he used to come up. He stopped using a lot of those tools. And it was because of Abel. But Abel said it best. He wanted to make him a fan-friendly fighter. And in one shape or another, it actually worked. Because look, this dude, everybody expecting Golovkin to knock out everybody. He's been on knockout streaks, everything. And it's all attributed, honestly, to Abel Sanchez. But however, when you boss up, man, when you boss up and you start to look at things a little bit different, you're going to take what I pay you. You don't want to take what I pay you. You want to run into the public and you want to talk this trash. Okay, cool. All right, it is what it is. You couldn't cut back. P. Newell in the building. What's up, homie? And it's like that. It's like that. Things change when you become the boss. And Golovkin is looking at himself as a boss. Yeah, he got a 6-fight deal with the Zone. He's going to be fighting twice a year for the next 3 years. But these 6 fights or 6 fights or so, hopefully will include fights against Canelo. Hopefully will include fights against Andre and the rest of the middleweights. Now that middleweight is on fire. And it's kind of crazy because Gennady possibly will be going up against some of the toughest competition of his career. Given the Daniel Jacobs, given the Demetrius Andre, the Canelos, all of these fighters, maybe even if he wises up and stop acting like a biatch, he actually steps in there with Jamal Charlo, but we don't know. But the fact is that middleweight is popping. And you, at the time that middleweight is popping, you cut Abel Sanchez like we holler at you. Damn. That's crazy. TJ Wilkins says, I don't think you can teach Triple G much at 37 years old. And that's why I was wondering, like an old dog learning new tricks is going to be tough, bruh. Lewis Coleman says, Virgil was not a better trainer than Robert Garcia. He just had Andre Ward from day one, like Floyd did. Come on, Virgil's list of accomplishments is long, too. You underestimating them by just putting on just Ward. Not just Ward. You know what I'm saying? Amir Khan ain't run back over the Ward and link up with Virgil for nothing. You dig? You don't see Chris Eubank Jr. over at Virgil Gym today for nothing. Virgil got a lot to teach, and he's a hell of a teacher. You know, I'm saying, man. I'm saying. Linebar says he damn sure ain't getting the woman looking like the kid from Mad Comics and sounding like he has PTSD. You wrong. He do look like that little dude from Mad Comics, the little rosy faced dude. You know what I mean? With the gap in his teeth. Yeah, that is Gennady Golovkin. Where's my belt? You know, I'm really disgusted with Gennady Golovkin today, and I think y'all already know why. Because he's coming back and he's fighting Steve Rose, a guy that we ain't really know much about, former cruiserweight, ain't done nothing at heavyweight. Cruiserweight. Wow, I'm all over the map. I'm thinking of something else. Steve Rose, I'm sorry, a guy who's never beaten anybody of note, basically in a nutshell. He could have came back and fought Demetrius Andrade and took the advice of Canelo Alvarez, went after the belt, and possibly linked up with Canelo at the end of the year for undisputed middleweight championship. That would have been something. We're going to call your man Gennady Mad Golovkin. Y'all wrong as shit. 1994 Ever says Triple G is the best and the realest boxer out there right now. No bullshit. Yo, he bossed up, though. That's one thing you got to give him, 1994. He bossed up. He started looking at things a little different. Like, look, Abel, you're going to fall in line. And if you don't want to fall in line, you don't want to take what I pay you. You think I'm came up like that and this, that, you don't want to take what I pay you. Guess what? You can kick rocks. I'm just shocked that he did it so easy, man. Like, I thought these two were thick as thieves. You know what I'm saying? I guess I was wrong. News, sports, and media talk. I'm not impressed with Tank. I think he's ultimately too small. That's different from what we talking about, homie. But Tank too small for what? For the division he in? I think he big. 1994 Ever. Triple G will knock the blackness off of Rose. You wrong as shit. Man, but hey, look. Let me tell you like this, man. I don't know nothing about this cat Rose, man, but I know he in for the time of his life. He a dark horse. You only can find 1 or 2 fights on YouTube or a couple fights. None of them are impressive. I don't know much about him. I mean, hopefully, maybe I'll learn something about this dude. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll learn something about this dude. Champion Killer, who apart from Canelo can beat Triple G? I mean, I don't know who can beat him. The point is, I want to see him fight. I mean, look, I don't sit back and say that Gennady Golovkin is some sort of bum. Nah, bruh. I'm not like a lot of folks who gonna say, oh, because he ain't fought this guy, he ain't did this. He did beat Daniel Jacobs. I credit him for them wins. I credit him for the Curtis Stevens win, the David Lemieux wins. I credit him for some the Monroe win. I mean, but my thing is now that the division is really on fire. Now we gonna see, because the middleweight division ain't been this hot since Gennady has been reigning. And that's all we trying to say. It's messed up that it happened like this when he's 37, but we got to see it, man. You want to guarantee your interest into the Hall of Fame. It ain't all over hype. You want to show the people what you really got. I hate to say he's 37, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's like he just lays it in on the Canelo fight, man. New Sports and Media Talk. I hope that Rose actually beats Gennady Golovkin. It's all hype. All you need is a good job, have and throw some combinations and a good jab. 1-2 and throw some combinations and use the jab, and you can easily beat Golovkin. It's going to take a lot of movement. I thought Daniel Jacobs provided a hell of a good blueprint. A lot of movement. You're going to have to be in the best condition in your life. You're going to have to be able to good size to get good punch resistance. And either way, and you're going to have the ability to push him back like Canelo did. It takes a combination of things. I'm not here to say that Golovkin is not some sort of special fighter. It ain't going to be an easy walk in the park for any of the middleweights who could beat him. Now, some of the middleweights got the skill set to beat him, yes, but can they do it? Canelo did it, granted. You know what I mean? Canelo did it. But also Canelo couldn't sustain what he was doing in the second fight for the entire fight. He just couldn't sustain it. Golovkin is a hell of a warrior, man. He got a hell of a beard on him. He can take some punches. He can give some punches. I'm not going to sit here and say he a bum by far, but I'm just saying that I want to see him really test himself against these cats that's up in the middleweight division today. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. P. Newell says, man, you will be the man in new media. Please do not do no turtleneck briefcase. No turtleneck briefcases allowed, fam. We don't do turtleneck briefcases, man. Or those little glasses with that circle. You know what I'm saying? Those little circle glass. We don't do none of them shits. No turtlenecks allowed. Marcus Davis says, Andre could take Triple G power if they fight. Andre got a lot of tools, man. Andre technically ain't really been tested at 160. The Billy Joe Sanders fight would have showed us a lot, but he ain't technically been tested. And this is the reason why I wanted Golovkin to jump. Honestly, Andre is probably the greenest 160 of all of them. Gennady Golovkin could have took that fight, man. He could have took that fight and went after that WBO. Has Gennady Golovkin ever even held the WBO? Because that's the one that Billy Joe had. He had the rest of them, but he never had that. Well, this would have been a chance. Canelo was telling you, look, man, go after that belt and I will gladly fight you at the end of the year. Now it's a gamble. Who knows what I might do? I might go to 68, defend my WBA regular title. I might go to 75 and test myself up there. I don't know. I might go after Andre myself and become undisputed and make you wait. I don't know. Then what you going to do, Golovkin? Shit is crazy, man. But, it's cats like Abel Sanchez that would have defended Gennady Golovkin to the end of the earth for whatever decision that he made. But Abel might have wanted a raise, man. Golovkin probably like, man, I ain't giving you no raise. What is you talking about? You going to keep working for what you've been working for. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I can think of, man. But it is what it is. So that's the news of the day. Gennady Golovkin and Abel Sanchez part ways. Unfortunately, an end of a 9-year relationship. They've been down for a long ass time. We'll see if this develops. We'll see if this changes. It's hard to just separate after all that time, I would think. Look at Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao. Freddie Roach left Manny Pacquiao, but he found his way back one way or another. They had their little differences, but he found his way back. Boo Boy took Freddie Roach's spot, but Freddie is inch by inch inching his way back into Manny Pacquiao's number one spot. So it is what it is. It happens like this all the time. Look at Amir Khan. Amir Khan left Virgil Hunter for a while. Come right back and try to take on Terrence Bud Crawford, who made him quit. I don't want to hear nothing. The glass thigh made him quit, made glass thigh quit, but yet and still he came back and he linked up with Virgil. It happens like that sometime in boxing. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes, man. So it is what it is, man. Real talk. Ortiz be ducking Amanda Lanning. Oh, we gonna get to that. Lion Boss says Abel wanted a hot slice of the zone money. Triple G was like, hey, no guys, give me my money. All day. You know what I mean? Hey, he like, look, I ain't giving you nothing, Abel. You get no raise. I lost my last fight. You know what I mean? Nah, cuz I ain't win. I lost. So, it's messed up, man, but that's boxing. I'm not going to sit here and cry for Abel Sanchez. He going to be all right. My man got him a gym up in Big Bear. You know what I mean? You need to get you another world champion, man. Like Jay-Z said, they saying that they made Golovkin, then make another Golovkin. You know what I'm saying? Simple and Simon. Simple and Simon. Champion Killer says it's all talk. Triple G will slap these fools to next week. Rose tune up, then who next? 100. Man, I only see why he need this tune up right here, though, fam. He don't even need this tune up whole time. He could have came back to the Andre fight, man. Yeah, he 37. Yeah, he been out of the ring for a minute. But Slim, the days ain't getting no faster. P New on the super chat. Man, you keep it real. Thank you, family. Much love to you. Much love to you, fam. I'm just saying, I would have liked to seen him come back to Andre. Now he's risking, I mean, just think what it could have produced if Canelo Alvarez gets through Daniel Jacobs. It is what it is. On top of that, that's another fight for Gennady Golovkin. He could technically rematch Jacobs. It was a close fight. Who y'all had winning that fight, Gennady Golovkin or Jacobs? That was a close fight, bro. I mean, truth be told, it could be edged towards Jacobs' way. That was a close fight, and it deserved a rematch, and it can happen. So we'll see, man. No Cow 1 Duty Impossible says Rose for the upset. You funny, man. Hey, man, I don't know nothing about this cat, Rose. He's a dark horse, in my opinion. I will do my homework for the fight, trust and believe. But as of today, he's a dark horse to me, man. He need to show me something. Marcus Davis says Triple G had 2 hard fights with Canelo. You don't think he deserved a soft touch in his first fight coming back? Canelo had a tune-up with Rocky Fielding, and now he is fighting Danny Jacobs now. But my deal is Golovkin been out of the ring for what? At this point, when he get back into the ring, almost 8 months, right? And that was a long time ago from that last Canelo fight. You saying he needs a soft touch after those 2 hard fights? Well, he didn't take those 2 hard fights back to back. Let's not forget he took a soft touch in the middle of those 2 hard fights. What was it? Von is Monterosen when he gave up his IBF title because he didn't want to see Sergey Deryevchenko and he didn't want to go face Billy Joe Saunders. So we gave him a break then. You know what I mean? Then he turned around and he fought Canelo, fine. But at this time, then you've been out of the ring for this long. You getting no younger. Canelo side of the ring for as long as he did. What was it, almost a year? And came right back to Golovkin. Don't say it's impossible. We gave him a break with that break of a fight between the Canelo fights. He didn't go back to back with those fights. You know what I mean? Last of a Dime Breeze says he don't need no tune-up. Canelo on his 3rd fight straight. You know what I mean? Canelo done went up in weight. Yeah, he fought Rocky Fielding, but that was a bigger fighter. You ain't know what to expect in that fight. We knew Fielding was a bum, skibbity bum, but it still was a bigger weight of a fighter. You know what I mean? Champion Killer, they always put Triple G on a higher expectations. Give the guy a fair shake. Bro, I've been giving Triple G a fair shake for years. You dig? Check my archives because they don't lie. I have been giving Triple G a fair shake for years. My whole deal is you can't now that I didn't even get on him as hard as I could after he ducked Jamal Charlo when he was ordered to fight Jamal Charlo. I mean, come on, man. I mean, how many breaks do he need? You don't want to fight Jamal Charlo. You don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade, but you want to fight Steve Rose. Not Rhodes, but Rose at a catch weight. Now, I'll even grant you the catch weight because you've been out of the ring so long. But you don't want to fight Steve Rose, though. I mean, you want to fight Steve Rose. You don't want to fight Charlo. You don't want to fight Andrade. You're just going to keep on giving him passes till we get the Canelo fight, make another boatload, make $30+ million. And then what? We're going to say, oh, yeah, he can then fight whoever he wants. Nah, man, we're not doing that, bro. We gave him a lot of passes. Can't keep how many passes it in? Renee Box Young in the building. Ronnie Boy Fresh in the building. What's up, fam? What's good with you? Knockout the impossible. Canelo still getting better. Triple G going to be 38. Fight Charlo, then Hurd, Jacobs again, then maybe a retirement fight trilogy against Canelo. I mean, look, man, it's like you can't just come back and immediately want the Canelo fight. I personally think he need to earn it because he ain't got to win in two chances against Canelo. Win, lose, or draw, however you may feel in your heart that he won, he lost, or whatever the fuck. The fact of the matter is, on paper, he lost. He had a draw. He didn't beat Canelo in 2 fights. So in that case, go and earn a Canelo fight. That's all we saying. Go and earn it. Go get a belt. You have no belts. You don't feel as though you need a belt no more. Gennady Golovkin says he's bigger than belts, yet his pay-per-view numbers show otherwise. I'm just saying, though, I ain't here to crap on Gennady Golovkin. I'm just saying, bruh, you got to put that work in, man. You can't just be given. It's other fighters that want their opportunity as well, and they've done more They've been winning. They got belts. Go after one of them. That's all we saying. If Abel Sanchez was still with him, he'd have been like, man, you tripping. Gennady don't have to do anything he doesn't want to. Mr. Golovkin doesn't have to do anything he doesn't want to. Abel, man, sit your ass down. You know what I mean? Steve Ham Rose is another tomato can. Man, it's a tomato can. That man is Heinz ketchup. Come on, man. That man is a tomato can, son. I mean, come on, man. We want to see the best, man. Last of a dying breed. He might be punch drunk. He said in an interview today, don't none of the top middleweights want to fight him. Who said that? Golovkin? Man, come on. I know Golovkin ain't say that. Somebody must have wrote that down for him, bro. I can't believe that. Everybody wants Golovkin. You know what I mean? Everybody wants him. Demetrius Andrade sure enough wants him. I know prior to Gennady Golovkin signing with DAZN, Demetrius Andrade was calling his name from the rooftops. Now, some people have came to me and say, man, that was just DAZN's way of luring Gennady Golovkin to DAZN. They use Andrade to call him out. You don't see what's going on? I don't see what's going on. Maybe I'm blind, but I know Demetrius Andrade wants to fight him. Hit the like button for me as y'all slide up in this joint, man. Real talk. Hit the like button for the homie. You know what I'm saying? Ronnie Boy Fresh, DAZN don't want him to earn it. It's in his deal. He can cherry pick whoever he wants. Now, to Gennady Golovkin's credit, he's on a 6-fight deal. So he got a lot of fights to go. So this is the Steve Rose fight. This is fight 1 out the way. He got 5 to go after this. Okay. Clearly one of them is going to be Canelo. So he'll be down to 4. So in those 4 fights, whoever they may be, he needs to make them count. And we can't be wasting fights on Steve Rose. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm telling people. Let's not act like Gennady Golovkin gonna be here forever. He got 6 fights, and one of them is already gone. One of them is already gone. Y'all know he gonna take Andrade belt after Andrade's Mando. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know when that might be, bro. All I know is that there was a golden opportunity, even another crack in the window that happened when Gennady Golovkin was hunting for opponents. When he had Brandon Adams taken from him, when he had the first dude with 4 knockouts taken from him, and now he's on Steve Ham Rose. All I know is Demetrius Andrade was scheduled to face Sulecki, correct? And Sulecki he was beat up a little bit. Well, you know, it wasn't sure if Sulecki was going to make it to the ring. Man, them two could have got it on, homie. Them two could have got it on, man. But we'll see. I mean, I guess some of y'all out there like, man, you got to be fair on him, man. He been out of the ring and he's coming off the Canelo fights. Nah, bro. I was fair on him when he took, what was it, Varnes, when he fought Monterosa. I was fair on him when he skipped Charlo fight, when the WBC ordered it, which the WBC look like some straight shams right now because they not enforcing that order. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But it is. Last of a dying breed says, my word, boy, they interviewed him on Fight Hype. Man, well, I don't know who he gonna hype up with that. He gonna convince some people with that shit. You gonna get some Canelo out. I mean, some Triple G fans like, oh, well, you know, they're ducking him. What are you talking about, man? They're ducking him. Gennady Golovkin said it. They're ducking him. You're gonna get a couple of them stupid people, man. You know, Ivan Diaz says there's going to be one more can within that deal. Yeah, because you think of Canelo, like I said, Canelo and Rose, that's 2, you're down to 4. You throw another can in there, we're down to 3. So we got to get the best fights that we can from this cat right about now. You know, Canelo is about to be undisputed and vacated and move on to 168 in 2020. That's what Ronnie Boy Fresh said. Hey, I can see that. Canelo ain't gonna stick around with all them belts and pay all them sanctioning fees, bro. He just want to get that accolade on his legacy. So when he's inducted and one day hopefully inducted into the Hall of Fame, that all of that's going to be talked about. It's going to be big in big bold letters on his Wikipedia when he retires. Okay, look, we're going to move on to the next subject. And the next thing I want to talk about before we get to the thing that I know y'all all want to talk about, I got to mention this, and that is the fact that Michael Coppinger came out today and stated that Keith One-Time Thurman, Keith, the real champ, a.k.a. the final level, a.k.a. M. Bison, my main man, Keith One-Time the Flute Thurman, will be in the final stages of negotiations against Manny Pacquiao. And man, so what happens if Keith Thurman gets his hands on Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao? All talk will cease because at that point, Keith will hands down have the best resume at welterweight, aside from the great Manny Pacquiao, of course. and on the best wins at welterweight, a pay-per-view attraction. Everybody will see who he is, remember who he is. What does this do? It makes the rest of the welterweights just puts a little more space between him and the rest of the welterweights. He is on the top of the mountain. He is on the top floor like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was in the Game of Death. He is on the top floor waiting for somebody to meet him up there. And if he beats Manny Pacquiao, he's going to go back to Tibet, buy him a brand new flute, go into the woods, and wait for somebody to join him on that mountaintop. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. I was happy when I heard this news because my deal is, like I told y'all earlier, man, I don't want to hear nothing about no Sergey Lipinets. And I know people may say, well, man, what happened to Pacquiao getting into the ring with Spence? He stepped in there with Spence and he ain't get Spence that work. What was his purpose? Clearly, Manny didn't want to be there, man. We all acknowledge the fact that, man, that wasn't Manny. That was just Manny trying to get some eyeballs on him. Like, yo, Jerry, can I fight in your stadium? I want to fight here in your stadium. Okay, you want to put me in the ring? All right, cool. Hey, stop pushing me. You ain't got to push me. I'll go to the middle of the ring myself. He didn't want to be there. He tried to let you know on the pole. You know what I mean? And you can say whatever you want. Manny is this, Manny is that, Manny is a legend. So Manny can do whatever the hell Manny wants to do. If he feels as though he can't beat Errol Spence, it is what it is. The fact of the matter is, Keith one-time Thurman, the real champ, will be going after that legacy name of Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao if they can make it happen. I'm still ain't too far off that they may do a fight between Manny and Mikey Garcia too, man. Real talk. Last of a Dime Breeze says Manny gonna beat Keith. Man, you out your nugget, man. You out your nugget. I don't see it. I don't see it. As much as I look, please do not take this as any sort of disrespect towards the great Manny Pacquiao. But Manny Pacquiao is 40 years old. Okay, Manny Pacquiao, when he beat Adrian Broner, that's nowhere near the Manny Pacquiao that we know. And this is not a crack at him, but it's just the fact that he is older. The one bit of respect that I do give to Manny Pacquiao is that he is fighting in a whole nother era. His era was the eras of Eric Morales and Marco Antonio Barrera and Juan Manuel Marquez. That's what his era has moved on from the sport long ago, and he is still around fighting. So he is stepping in there with these young boys, attempting to pass the torch. Just that he hasn't been beat yet. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't impressed with him and Adrian. I thought he did just enough to beat anybody can beat Adrian Broner. Just put a bunch of punches on him. The fact is, but that's nowhere near the Manny that I remember. And even though people like to rag on Keith because of the Lopez fight, Lopez hurt him in the 7th round, man. The man loses 1 round after being out for 22 months, and goddamn, everybody act like my man then lost his touch. Train to Go Jay says Keith sometimes Thurman. Go ahead, man. What you talking about? Ronnie Boy Fresh says, I'm just glad that Ponytail Keith finally got that retirement check he been waiting for after milking injuries and fight dates. Come on, man. See, that's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all don't even want to give my man no respect and just say, look, y'all forget. I keep having to remind y'all boxing fans that Keith one-time Thurman has the best wins at welterweight amongst all the active welterweights. And on top of that, no one has surpassed him since. I don't understand. I love Terrence Bud Crawford. That's my main man. Ronnie Boy Fresh, you know that. That's my main man. But Terrence ain't put the work in to surpass Keith yet. Earl didn't do it yet. Who else did it? Amir Khan got a glass thigh, so we know he ain't do it. Who else has done it? Sean ain't done it yet. No one has surpassed Keith one-time Thurman. P. New in the super chat. Thank you, family. Thurman, I deal with him one time all day. When he beats Manny Pacquiao, he just puts that much more space between him and the rest of the welterweights. He's put his work in. He is the final level. He is M. Bison. Keith Whiplash Thurman. Man, y'all gonna stop with these names, man. Y'all gonna stop doing that, man. Come on. Show my man some love. Alex Cartier. Keith the Sax Thurman. Come on, son. Give me some love, bro. Rafael Luciano says Keith is not going to beat Pac-Man. I don't see it, man. Pac-Man gonna come in there and try to throw all of them shots. And he's gonna run into something serious. This is how Josecito Lopez got knocked down in their fight. He ran into something serious. Now, Keith Thurman's timing is way better than Adrian Bronner's. Adrian Bronner started to have semi-success in their Pacquiao fight. But Keith is way more accurate, has much better power. And this is a dream fight that he has been wanting for so long. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. Then he gonna stand back and say, yo, y'all catch me if you can. I'm beating all you welterweights. I've beat everybody except two. And that is Earl Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford. Those are the only two that'll be left. That'll be it. That'll be it, and that'll be all. Then Keith can say, you know what it's starting to remind. Y'all ever see that movie called Undisputed that had Wesley Snipes and Vin Rames in it? Remember, Vin Rames was like the heavyweight champion of the world. He was knocking everybody out. And so Wesley Snipes was a cat. He was beating everybody up in jail. Vin Rames get locked up, go to jail. And he thinking he can beat Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes was one of them cats who just stay in his jail cell, carving out doing little weird shit in his jail cell, just all into the arts and all into some other shit. And so Vin Rames felt as though he was this super tough dude. That's like Earl Spence Jr. and Keith Thurman. Keith over there playing his flute, minding his business, playing with the butterflies, being at one with nature. And then you got Earl Spence Jr. just stomping on everybody, stomping on people, everybody except T-Bud, of course. But stomping on everybody. Just, I'm the man. I'm roughing things off. Oh, you can't do nothing. You soft. You put perms in your head. You play the flute. What's wrong with you? You're walking around. You got snakes coming out the basket. You're sitting around at one with nature. You're a little soft, micro soft, capital T soft, little bum. You can't see me. Then Keith just going to look at him and say, okay, let's make it happen. Don't get impressed by the bravado, ladies and gentlemen. Get impressed by the works. That's the whole point of me telling you this. Keith has put the work in. Nobody else has put nearly the work in that Keith has. So before you keep counting him out and saying he's this, that, and the third, he don't deserve to get injured. Just remember, there is no one at welterweight that has outdone him nor surpassed him whatsoever. Renee Box Young says, oh, he's talking to someone else. Rafael Luciano, yeah, Keith will win all day. All day. Let me scroll up some. Ronnie Boy Fred, I already read that. You went in on my man. Marcus Davis says, Manny fighting Thurman for a reason. To see something in Keith like Mikey thought he sees something in Spence. Yeah, okay. They think because Keith be playing that flute, homie. They think that because my man Keith in Tibet got the little dot on his forehead and just kind of cooling, doing some little dances in the street. Like they think that shit is sweet. When you are a fighter, you are who you are. It's in your DNA. Keith can sit out there all day and sit on the beach and not take a bath for 2 weeks playing flutes. But the second that he sees a boxing ring, the second that he puts on boxing gloves, he turns into something else. That's what fighters are. You don't understand that? That's what fighters are. So I'm telling y'all one thing right now. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. When he jumps up in there with Manny Pacquiao, and respect, I repeat, respect to Manny Pacquiao for doing things that even, a lot of fighters don't do, taking on the young gunners, making himself available to those PBC welterweights and going over there and getting it did. Of course, he wants the Mayweather fight. I ain't mad at him for that. He's a fucking legend. He can do what he wants. But applaud to Manny Pacquiao for going over there to the PBC side, making himself available, and then taking on whoever he got to take on. Come on. Ronnie Boy Fresh says Ponytail selling his belt, period. Man, I don't see it, cousin. I don't see it. He's already take in mind that the only reason these other dudes fighting for a WBC is because Keith let it go. Keith let it go like, hey, I'm going to toss y'all a bone. Y'all go ahead and make something happen. And ain't nobody made nothing happen yet. That's the sad part. How long ago was that? Ain't nobody made nothing happen yet. So hopefully Sean will fight Earl. We all hoping for that fight. There should no reason why that fight doesn't get made. Sean fights Earl for Keith's old belt. That would then move the goalpost forward. That would then move the ball forward down the field until you get to the touchdown known as Keith M. Bison Thurman. 2K boxing official says Shakur Stevenson is the future all day. All day. All day. I agree 150,000%. The future. I was very impressed with his last performance. Very methodical, very patient, and he's got a lot of iron around him to keep him sharp. TJ Wilkins says, when Earl beats Sean, he will be that dude at 147. Nah, That would just make he would be making very good inroads, very big inroads. But when Earl beats Sean, he'll be a unified champion. He'll have Keith old belt. Will he be the dude? Maybe. Well, you know what? I take that back. You may be right because Earl is a draw. He's a proven draw. He's packing the house down in stadium. He's selling well on pay-per-view, and he'll be a unified champion. He'll have Kell Brook, he'll have Lamont Peterson, and then he'll have Showtime Sean Porter. It's hard to argue with that. And on top of that, he'll have all of the momentum. It's hard to argue with that. But that's only because Keith allowed it. You get me? But then again, if Keith get Manny, bruh, like he gonna be just one leg up on competition on Earl. But Earl will have the win that is back. The whole boxing world will be kissing from the statue known as Earl Spence Jr. They will be thinking he is the next coming of Sugar Ray Robinson up in this bitch. So it's like, Slim, I get it. I get it. The legendary Manny Pacquiao going to knock out Thurman. Now, let's look at it from a flip tip. If Manny Pacquiao does beat Keith Thurman, I would be shocked. And I will have so much respect for the fighter of the decade known as Manny Pacquiao. I would be shocked. Son, I mean, shocked, bruh. Like, damn. Pac should retire right then and there. He done beat Keith. One-time Thurman, took the WBA super title, a fighter in a whole nother era that he shouldn't even technically be fighting in. That ain't easy to do. He already got 8 divisions under his belt. And now fighting in a new era, beating the young boys. Shit. Man, I'd just be happy to thinking that I'm witnessing Manny Pacquiao fight that way. Real talk. P. Newell says one-time Thurman is a top dog in the welterweight division. He is the top dog until he's surpassed. Yeah, people can feel how they want to feel. Give me all kind of eye tests. He looks like he'll beat Keith Thurman. Oh, his body work looks like it can put Keith Thurman down. Yep. Till we see it. Until he won't step in there with turns. Or Sean, I'm cool with that. Or Danny. I think he needs to get Sean and Danny out the way before he surpasses Thurman. I take that back. He needs to beat Sean and Danny, or Sean plus one more, if Keith beats Manny Pacquiao before we having this conversation. I'm sorry, because this man is beating Sean, Danny, and Manny. That ain't even counting all the rest of the other underlings. The Diego Chavez's when he was actually still good. The Robert Guerreros of the world. You know what I'm saying? Jotacito Lopez ain't much to talk about. It's just that he was geared up because he was with Robbie Garcia and he had something to prove. He was fighting with his balls to the wall. But there's a lot of underling fights that you could throw in there too. So I mean, come on, man. Come on. Ronnie Boy for Marking Vibes says Keith Thurman was not looking good on his last match. Say it right, Mr. Vibes. He ain't look good for one round. He didn't look good for 1-2 rounds. Other than that, he handled that cat with, he ain't gonna say with ease, for being out of the ring for 22 months. I was impressed. He had a cat that had a full head of steam with nothing to lose and everything to gain, with a newfound trainer that taught him a new trick. And he was coming in. We know how Robbie Garcia trains his fighters. We know how Marcos Maidana fights. You know what I'm saying? Look how Mikey fights when he want to put his feet on the gas. Robbie Garcia puts dog in you. So he gassed him up. No doubt about it. But this man was out of the ring for 22 months, knocked the man down. He had a bad round in which he got caught up on the ropes, damn near stopped. I will give you that. But at the end of the day, this man was out of the ring for 22 months, got the job done unanimously by majority decision. No one in this chat room would even think that Jotacito Lopez came close to winning other than stopping him in that round. Come on, man. Y'all gonna stop disrespecting Keith up in this joint, man. We ain't going like that, man. You know what I mean? Ronnie boy, Rafael Luciano says Keith is not top dog. Okay, all right. I hear you. P. Newell says we don't deal with the turtlenecks, man, at all. Keith better not wear no turtleneck. Keith don't wear turtlenecks. Keith wear tank tops and like gowns and shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? 92 AKU says Lopez was a punch away from stopping Keith all day. I'll give you that 92 AKU. No question. But he didn't. And it didn't happen. That's boxing. Give me one great fighter or one good fighter in the history of boxing that has never been caught. Riddle me that. Give me one. Even the great Floyd Mayweather Almost stopped by Sugar Shane Mosley, who was over his prime by then. Give me one that has never been hit to a point where it's like, damn, that one could have took him out. It's not the fact that you get hurt. It's the fact that how you deal with it when you get hurt that makes you a great fighter. It's the fact that you bounce back from being hurt and win the fight, which makes you a great fighter. You dig? Come on. Can't go by one punch, one round. Come on, man. Hey. Yeah, he was damn near stopped. I give you that. I'm not denying that. But at the end of the day, it's how he bounced back. And the man went on and damn near cruise for the rest of the fight from then on out. Spence composed and disciplined, looking like a legitimate champion threat to everyone at 147. Looking like you're doing the eye test, sir. Mr. NorCal, doing the impossible one. You're doing the eye test. And we don't do eye tests. We do work. You got to put the work in. Show me. Little Mike doesn't show me that. Sorry. Lamont Peterson doesn't show me that. These fighters are not Keith Thurman. Until I see him beat Sean Porter in that fashion, or maybe even beat a Danny or beat a Terrence in that fashion, then come back and talk to me. You're telling me what he did to Little Mike. I'm not buying it, fam. And I got major respect. This is no disrespect to Errol Spence Jr. I got to keep coming back and saying that. I think that Errol Spence Jr. has the potential to take the division. No doubt about it. I don't want people to misconstrue me here. I got to always get these little disclaimers and shit when you're dealing with the Earl fans. You know what I'm saying? Let's not act like he does not have the potential. He has the potential to get up in that joint and beat whoever. His style is dangerous. He's a dynamic fighter, very skilled, fundamentally sound fighter, aggressive. I love his dog. I love the relationship between him and his trainer. I like a lot of things about Earl, but I got to see it first. I'm going to see it to believe it type cat. You know what I mean? You can't tell me unicorns exist without showing me them shits. Ronnie Boy Fresh says, how can a guy who fought 4 times in 6 years get the Manny lottery ticket? Absolutely comical. Hey, man. That's Manny. That's Manny. Manny can do what he want to do. Why are we questioning Manny Pacquiao's decisions? Manny can do what he wants to do. If Manny wants to fight Keith, he can fight Keith. It's not about getting a lottery ticket. It's about Manny looking at the landscape saying, okay, who do I have the best chance with? Who's going to give me an exciting fight? He may know in his heart he can't beat Earl. I don't deny that. Earl is a strong young bull. He may know that he can't beat Earl. And he may think this is his best chance. They're not thinking about Danny Garcia. Danny even looking strong as a mug. Keith looking a little vulnerable right now. He coming off injuries. You dig? He playing flutes. You know what I'm saying? It's like maybe Manny looking at it like, okay, yeah, this is the one right here. You know what I mean? No cow do the impossible. You're right. Spence resume, I agree. But Keith ducking him for 2 years already. Keith wants him to be his super fight, bro. Keith wants him to get to that point. Keith respect. It's not he's ducking him. He respects him. There's a difference. Every Floyd needs a Pacquiao. Every Ying needs a Yang. Every Joker needs a Batman. Everybody needs a dance partner. And he believes that Errol Spence can be that dance partner. He just needs Spence to participate. There's a difference. We can look at this from many different angles. P. New on the super chat. Facts. One time, don't do turtlenecks at all. He does gowns. He does slippers. He may even walk through the woods with nothing, no shirt on, just getting bit by mosquitoes and shit, but he don't do turtlenecks. But that's what that's about, man. Antonio Matthews from 2 weight classes below. Imagine if Keith did that for somebody from 2 classes below and be claiming like everybody be somehow he this and he that. Come on, people will be just getting on him left and right. Boogeyman Bud is Candyman in the 147 division. You see his image name and never mentioned on Fox. Real shit. You ain't lying, Ronnie Boy Fresh. I can't even Keith. Keith don't even say Bud name. You know what I'm saying? You know, but hey, that's a PBC thing. The fact is, the easy fights to make, which I don't get me wrong, I don't condone it. I think Bud need to be in the mix. I mean, I want to see it. I would love to see Spence go over there and fight Bud, man. Then turn around and fight Thurman, or either vice versa. Well, I just want to see them all fight each other, man. That's all I want to see. Bud and Spence are on different levels. Everyone knows that, and that's why no one wants these guys to fight these guys. Yeah, they are on different levels. But Thurman is on a different level too. It's like y'all keep forgetting that. And I'm not going to let fight fans forget it until he's beat. until someone surpasses him. You know, we fall in love with these boxing moments. We're caught up in this boxing prism today. That, oh, that's all we seeing is Earl and all we seeing is Terrence. And just because you're not seeing Keith, you think Keith ain't dead. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. Yo, I think look, man, Sean can even give. I want to see it. What'd he do with Sean Porter? What Earl do? If he goes in there and destroys Sean Porter one-sidedly like he did Lil Mike, God, hey, Slim, you're gonna hear my tune really start to change. I'm a dude who needs to see it at the end of the day. All right. And we're going to move on to the last topic of the day. And that is Luis King Kong Ortiz. The news has now broken about the offer that Eddie Hearn has offered to Luis King Kong Ortiz. And the number is much more than I thought. It's much more than any of y'all thought, truth be told. Come on, keep it a buck. None of y'all thought that Eddie Hearn that tossed it Luis Ortiz $5 million off the jump. Now, I'm going to say this. When they reported this and they started to talk about this a day or so ago, and this is just a word of advice, anybody in the chat today, just a simple word of advice. If you're a new uploader or you're just starting to do your thing, you know what I'm saying? Word of advice from a cat who's been here for a second, you know, don't be one of these breaking news people because stories change too goddamn much. Stories constantly change in boxing. Let shit play out. Don't be a breaking news guy because you'll be taking down vids. You'll be putting up. If you're not in the camp, if you're not next to the fighter, don't be a breaking news guy. It's not worth your while. Trust me on this. You'll have to keep making video after video after video to cover what you said because boxing news always moves and changes. Now, the thing is, man, is that when I first heard this, and I fought myself for it, when I first heard this, they said that Luis Ortiz was out of the running. These were the headlines that were told everywhere. Luis Ortiz was out of the running like it was over. Then I seen the statement from his promoter. I seen the fabricated statement by Luis Ortiz. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, dog, what the hell? You talking about they lowballed you? Fuck you talking about? Y'all see my video up on here. It still stands. How can you? I don't know what lowballing Luis Ortiz looks like. How can you be lowballed? And then the news comes out today. So I'm saying to myself, what do they offer him? $250,000 because he made $500,000 against Wilder. What does he don't want to take $1 million? He don't want to take a 1.5 in debt and plus the 3 belts. I mean, what is lowballing when it comes to Luis Ortiz? And then the news comes out that it's $5 million. Very good question, last of a dime breed. Did Luis Ortiz say that they offer him $5 million, or is this Hearn talking? No, this is what Hearn talk. Hearn has came out and said some things, but no, this is just the reports that are out from some very reputable sources. But the number is $5 million. And so the word came back is that Eddie Hearn offered $5 million. Ortiz and them turned it down, and they asked for $10 million. They want $10 million, and Hearn basically offered them $5 million. Now I'm gonna tell you like this, and I know at first, listen. People might say, God, hey, what? Oh, no, not about $5 million. I was like that. I'm like, man, Luis Ortiz is out his, man, he'll never make that money with nobody else in boxing. But then there's one last sentence at the end, and that is Hearn will offer a counter offer, one more counter offer before he makes a final decision on who the next opponent for AJ is going to be. So that lets me know, hold up, man. You mean to tell me Hearn might actually go up on the offer with a counter offer? Now I'm sitting back like, oh, shit. Luis Ortiz is gambling on himself. Now, I'm not one of these folks out there that believe that Luis Ortiz should be getting the same thing that the mutant was getting. And I'll tell you why. People may say, what are you talking about? I don't agree. And that's because the difference is between the two is major. And the difference is simple. For one, they were fighting in the backyard of Jarrell the Mutant Miller. No one, even though Luis Ortiz is fought in Madison Square Garden, I can't recall if he's ever headlined a fight in Madison Square Garden. Luis Ortiz doesn't have a fan base that's willing to travel for him in big numbers. Jarrell Miller was fighting in his backyard. He was going to fill that place up with a lot of his people. If they offer Luis Ortiz, Because even in Jarrell Miller's case, he didn't never make that much money, but they threw 6.5 million at him. There's a difference between Miller and Ortiz. This is his home turf. He can promote a fight. Ortiz can't. Everybody said, well, he has a better resume, man. He has a better resume. No, it's not about resume. This is a short notice, last minute fight. Ortiz is attempting to save this event, but at the end of the day, no, it's about, is Ortiz, how popular is he? How much is he known? He don't have a dedicated, he has a portion of boxing fans that are diehard boxing fans that really loves Luis Ortiz like myself. So if Luis Ortiz, if he comes back and he say, look here, Luis, take this 6 million or else. Now, I'm sorry, man. Like, yo, I mean, even with the 5 M's, I'm like, shit, that's a good ass deal that Eddie tossed him. I know people may say, nah, that ain't, he should get 7 mil. And that's good that Luis Ortiz asked for the 10, because if they're going to cut him down, they're going to cut him down to eye level. But it's got to be higher than that 5, but probably lower than that 10. So he'll cut somewhere in the middle. This ain't no lowballing. Dog, the man has only made $500,000 in his biggest fight. He's in, I don't know his real age. Everybody got all this guess. I don't know what the hell his age is. The fact I'm telling you is that Slim, he is an older fighter, don't got that long. He better not screw this up. He's gambling on himself, which is always the good thing to do. I back Wilder when he did it. But at the end of the day, know what you're doing. Do not refuse this, cuz I'm telling you, man, you ain't Wilder. You ain't Wilder. Let's see what y'all talking about, man. We're going to pick this back up. I'm sorry, man. Now, Kyle, do the impossible. Good show, bro. I'm a new subscriber. Good stuff. Fair, impartial, and knowledgeable. Take care. Very best to you and your show. Much love to you, homie. Welcome to the family, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Ronnie Boy Fresh says, Ortiz demanded 10 M's. That's a fact. Yeah, I mean, yo, I ain't mad at him for demanding that. It's, some people may see it as a price yourself out thing, but at the end of the day, if Eddie is willing to deal and give him 5, and then say I'm gonna come back with another offer before it's all said and done, that means you're willing to give him more than honestly any of us thought. I heard so many people, including myself, with 2 million, 3 million. Slim, you offered them 5 million off the jump, then they call your bluff, and then you saying, all right, I'm gonna come back one more time. Good play by Luis Ortiz and his whole crew. But at the end of the day, don't overplay and risk losing this fight, and then really risk losing, looking like a duck. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to accept this for what this is now, and it's an ongoing negotiation. So before you draw your conclusions and say, yo, he's a duck, he's ducking, he's this, let the negotiations play out, and then draw your conclusion. I wasn't aware that this was an ongoing negotiation. I thought that this was it when they first reported the shit. But now that I'm seeing that this is an ongoing negotiation, Luis Ortiz is playing his hand, seeing what the most that he can get. I want to now see what the final outcome was, because I thought the final outcome came out yesterday, but it didn't. So if he can get more money, fucking more power to him. Real talk. P. Noah says, hell no. No matter, King Kong. Okay. What that mean? Hell no, no matter, King Kong. Okay, let me know what that mean. He made 2 million against Wilder. So you're saying when it's all said and done, purse plus back end money or stuff like that? Is that where you're coming from? And what are you saying? Like some underling writing in this contract? You know, none of us really know his exact amount. I'm sure probably it was more than 500,000. No question. But that was the number that was reported. P. Newell says, hell no, King Kong should not take that deal. He should not take the $5 million deal. So he should wait on for the counter offer. So let me ask y'all this. If the counter offer comes back, and let's say Eddie Hearn counters back and says, okay, I'll give you the 6.5 that I was willing to give to the mutant, Jarrell the Mutant Miller. Is that good enough? Will y'all stand by him turning that fight down? Let me know that. I think now that we in numbers that we didn't think that Luis Ortiz would get. And keep in mind that Luis Ortiz is fighting for 3 belts. I don't know. Let's see what y'all talking about. Wilder versus AJ. What a fight all day. We got to get there, Raphael. We got to get there. Marcus Davis says Spencer's about to fight Sean Porter next. Why would he respond to Crawford callouts if he knows he is not going to fight Bud next? He negotiating with Sean Porter. I heard it almost finalized. I hope it gets finalized. I hope he gets fine. I mean, look, man, I told you, man, he gets covered with me if he goes and faces Sean Porter. But Bud told him, you say you the boogeyman, but I'm chasing you. I mean, but he gets covered with me for that fight, no doubt. Ronnie Boy Fresh, now they at 7 M's with negotiation. They at 7 M's, Ronnie Boy Fresh, and I know Ronnie Boy Fresh know his shit. They at 7 M's now? Oh, shit. Go ahead, Luis Ortiz. Go ahead. Tonio Matthews, probably 7 mil all day. Look, if he falls short of that 10 mil and he gets 7, Slim, go ahead, Luis Ortiz. Your whole team deserves to get a round of applause because this is like how much times bigger than your biggest payday? This is like in the area none of us saw coming. None of us did. Luis Ortiz is betting on himself. To my UK family, when y'all say that Wilder shouldn't do this and shouldn't do this against AJ, when you bet on yourself, sometimes you come out on top, man. And that's what some fighters like to do. P. Noah says, fuck that, man. You say he should take what he can get, huh, P. Noah? What you saying, fam? He should take what he can get? Nah, boy, I applaud him, man, for betting on himself, man. I applaud him, but just don't overplay it and don't let this thing slip away. Because now if they talking 7 mil, if they talking, oh, damn, 15, you want him to get 15 mil. I don't know about that. That's, we gotta be realistic. 15 mil? He only asked for 10 his damn self. I don't know, man. That's 15 mil for what? Because he's saving the event. I know AJ and DAZN wants him to make a splash in New York into America, but 15 mil? I don't know, man. That might be a little too high, man. I'll be honest with you, to a dude that doesn't have like a huge fan base, man. Like he's not, you know what I'm saying? And I love King Kong Ortiz, but his fan base and he gonna get some attention. If anything, if AJ beats King Kong, he gets respect more than anything. In the boxing world, we'll be talking up that fight like crazy, way more than we was talking about the mutant or the Michael Hunter cat that they talking about. We'll be talking about that fight every other day, every day, and it would do wonders for that fight. But I don't know, man. King Kong asked for 10 mil. Yeah, that's what I seen, Raphael. And he didn't even ask for the 15, bro. That's a little too, I don't see Eddie nowhere near going that far. I don't see it. And I don't want Luis Ortiz to lose this fight. That's what y'all got to understand. I want Luis Ortiz to take this fight and go after those belts, given where he's at in his career, given we don't know if he'll ever get a chance to make this kind of money again, given the fact that man is older and he needs for this money for life after boxing. I want Luis Ortiz to get paid in this fight. I do. I don't want him to overplay his hand. I don't want him to have some, oh, well, if you don't give me 10 million, then the fight is off. I don't want that shit. Bro. If you get close to that 10, if you're getting 7, 8, 9, shit, man, 15 million, bro, he ain't gonna make 15 million damn near with nobody in boxing unless he goes out and beats a big name. He got to beat a big name, bro. He got to beat a big name. Orlando Finney in the building. What's up, family? What's up with you? Stunner, if Wilder fights Ortiz again and Ortiz loses, would an AJ fight still be a viable option? I don't think so. If it does, though, it's going to be like you're going to get what you get, because I don't even see Wilder paying him that much money. He will have to beat Wilder to get anywhere near that kind of money. He loses to Wilder twice. I think he goes maybe a Dillian White. Even the up-and-comers like a Joe Joyce may even take a chance. Adam Kalinowski or something like that, Andy Ruiz, but it's no way that AJ is not going to be checking for him like that no more. Antonio Matthews says, hell no, 6.5 million plus UK pay-per-view. If he don't take that, he goes from King Kong to Curious George. Damn, that's right. They are offering him the UK pay-per-view money. That could be another, 2 to 3 million? Possibly. That's a good deal, bro. That's a good deal. I'm sorry, man. People can say what the hell they want. To me, that is a good deal. Plus an opportunity for all of those belts. I get it. It's short notice. I get it. He's coming off a fight a month and a half ago. I get it. But I want my man to go for I want my man to go for it, man. I want him to go for it. But hats off to Ortiz's team for playing it the way they playing it, man. I did not realize that this was still an ongoing investigation. Go for the money, bro. Just don't overplay your hand. And just look, man, whatever Eddie offers, anything any close to that 6.5 million and UK pay-per-view, 7 million, UK pay-per-view. Hey, Slim, an opportunity at 3 belts, 4 belts. Shit, man. That's damn good, bro. Orlando Finney says Ortiz needs to fight Joshua and take them belts. This may be his last chance at a world belt. I agree. And that's what scares me, man. That's why I'm like, dog, I don't want to see him overplay his hand, then get bumped back to waiting on a Wilder fight. Who knows when that may come around? Fighting the skippity bums of I ain't gonna say bums, but the lower end of the heavyweight. He is a top 5 heavyweight, and he needs to move like such and be in fights involving top 5 heavyweights. Alex Cartier says 8.5. So you'll be happy if he gets 8.5. You think that should be the cutoff point? Michael Stott says 7 mil. That should be the cutoff point. Michael, what's up with you? I mean, given that he's already been offered 5, and I'm hearing from y'all 6 point. He's been getting. They're talking about 6.5 in UK pay-per-view or 7 million. Those are good numbers, man. Any of those numbers are due for me. We are beyond main man, made man's threshold. I'm gonna be 100. Only the fighter at this point know what he's doing. Only the fighter's team know what he's doing. But for an opportunity at all of those belts, when he didn't even get picked for this fight, he just got a window open. These are all good numbers. These are all good numbers. I just want to see the fight. You know, King Kong is the truth, main man. I do. I truly believe such. I got nothing but respect for him, dog. I got nothing but respect for him. Ronnie Boy Fresh says Ortiz versus Wilder pay-per-view is already on the table. Showtime is negotiating with Ortiz right now to don't be fooled. I mean, I don't know that, man. I don't know. Things can change in this division too much, too fast. There's too many variables, too many moving parts. And Ortiz is running a major risk. That's not guaranteed. I don't think it is. I don't think after the Dominique Brazil fight, we don't know what may happen after that. Yeah, Wilder got sway with the WBC, and we know Dillian White wants his fight with the WBC, but you don't know what Tyson Fury or them may try to do. You don't know what Anthony Joshua might just do a power play and give Wilder what he wants, 50-50. Where that put Luis Ortiz? It's a gamble, and I just don't know if it's a 100% that he gets Wilder in that rematch so soon. We don't know when that might come around, man. DGO, what's up, man? What's up with you? If AJ beats Ortiz with ease, it would destroy Wilder's narrative completely. I spoke on that earlier. And that's one of the things that I'm sure PBC is thinking about. Like, no, and I hope they ain't doing the price you out thing, but that's one of the things that PBC is definitely thinking about in the background. Like, damn, if this dude beats Ortiz, he'll be running around boxing saying, oh, well, I did this to Ortiz and better than Wilder. It's a short notice fight. All of this, it being short notice and Ortiz coming off a fight a month and a half ago, would be swept under the rug. The main headline would be AJ knocks out Luis Ortiz. You know, and that would give him a one leg up in negotiations, truth be told, because he'll convince much of the public. King Kong will not lose this fight, man. Make it 10 million. So it should be 10 million at your minimum, P. New. I feel you. That's what he asking for, but I think that's, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm happy with the numbers that I'm hearing. All of these numbers that y'all mentioned. I'm happy with it. I'm happy the fact that Luis Ortiz is being treated with some respect. And hats off to Eddie Hearn for not trying to go to some 2-3 million or 1.5 million. Oh, you only made 500,000, so you only getting 1.5 million. Hats off to Eddie Hearn. I don't say this often. Hats off to Eddie Hearn for honestly coming to the table with a decent starting point. I think it's a decent starting point, in my opinion. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Clearly, they got some sort of respect. Or is it that Al Heyman making them have respect? Desmond Samuel says, I thought Ortiz said he will take even a dime to fight Joshua. He did say that, bruh. He did say that. But the fact of the matter is, at this point, Slim, it's even your guy, Eddie Hearn, is saying that I'll give him $5 million as a minimum. And he's willing to come back with a counter offer. So that means, there's money on the table that Eddie is willing to deal. Sometimes, man, you don't want to say yeah too fast. And that 10 million, I think it's just the way to cut them on down to about 7 to 8 million, somewhere between there. It's a good deal, man. I mean, if they know that this dude is willing to deal at that high of a level, why not go for the money? Don't leave that much money on the table. P. Newell says, I fucks with King Kong. I fucks with him too, man. Dangerous style. And this is a good time to catch the dude. Coming off a fight against Hammer that he ain't look overly impressive. Good time to catch him. Luis Ortiz knows all of this, man, and he going for the bread, man. I ain't mad, but I don't want to hear about him overplaying his hand, man, because his reputation gonna be shit. If the word gets out that Luis Ortiz denied $7 million and an opportunity at 3 belts, oh man, everybody gonna have duck memes ready. Everybody. Ronnie Boy Fresh says Matchroom not paying no damn 10 M's for Ortiz. I'm telling you that right now. Ortiz can't even promote the fight. That's my whole point. That's why I'm saying anything above that 5 right now for me, 5. I'm happy with. I'm impressed with the 5. That's why I'm like, yo, y'all tripping. I'm impressed with the 5. He ain't fighting in Jarrell Miller's. He's fighting in New York. Like that was Jarrell Miller's house. They knew him there. He was promoting the fight. That ain't what Luis Ortiz is going to do. So for these numbers that we talking now, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with him. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. I think Luis Ortiz got a hell of a shot in this fight if he can get himself together before the fight. I know, training camps are made to be longer. I get it. But sometimes you just got to go above and beyond, man. Got to go old school with it, homie. I'm really impressed with these numbers. I'm happy. When I seen that he got the $5 million offer from Hearn, I was like, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. P. Newell says, give me $5 million, man. The gift should be made. Shit. I take it. I take it all day. Plus, go after them belts. The bigger money comes if Luis Ortiz can get his hands on them belts and actually be the first fighter to beat Anthony Joshua. That's where the big money will come in at. But the chance doesn't come around often. This is a good chance. You see what happened when they were on Matchroom together? Man, they ain't even fight each other then. Now you got this chance to make the biggest purse of your career for 3 belts? Shit, man. I don't know, man. I'm liking the numbers I'm hearing, y'all. I'm sorry. Desmond Samuel says, your reporting is the best. You are not biased. Good job. Much love, Desmond. Appreciate you, Desmond Samuel. Appreciate you, homie. Much love to you, man. Keep on tuning in. We here every Wednesday and every Sunday, man. All day. Wani Boy Fresh. AJ will make easy work of Ortiz. I don't know about that, Holmes. I think it'll be a good fight. And if they make this thing official, we diving all the way in for Styles. We're going to talk about Styles, bro. We're going to break this fight down, Ronnie Boy Fresh. Shit, I don't know if it's going to be easy work. Nobody ain't just easy work for Ortiz. But the thing that does concern me, man, is Ortiz coming off a fight a month and a half ago, and he didn't look his best. Granted, you know what I'm saying? That does concern me. You know, sometimes fighters sustain injuries in fights that you don't know about. And Christian Hammer took him all the way to the end of the show. It was a good fight, truth be told. So I don't know, man. I mean, easy work. Maybe because he catching Ortiz at a good time. But that's it. We degree in the building. What's up, homie? What's up with you? But that's the only way. That's the only way. Wilder got lucky with King Kong. Very lucky. Very lucky. Very lucky. And stopped him the following round. Very lucky. That round 7, round seen around the world, bro. Closest I ever seen Deontay Wilder to getting stopped. I mean, And if that Luis Ortiz comes to fight, the dangerous one, that fights patient, that has that big left hand waiting for you at all times, Slim, it's going to be a handful for Anthony Joshua. I'm telling you. He ain't ducking back in the day for nothing. Real talk. We Degree says 3 belts, MSG, top payday, beat AJ, become the champ, and you get paid. That's a good offer. That's a damn good offer. But look at the numbers that they're talking about, We Degree. I've heard everybody in this chat tonight say 5 million or better. I've seen everywhere from 6.5 to plus UK pay-per-view back-end money. I've seen 7 million. I mean, these are good numbers. These are damn good numbers for Luis Ortiz, in my opinion. And hats off to him for negotiating and playing his hand to this way. Lawrence Williams in the building. What's up, family? What's up, Witch? What's up, Witch? Wani Boy Fresh. So how did we go from a box of Cracker Jacks to 10 M's, though? That's good negotiations, man. Yo, that's the whole deal. Like Eddie Hearn could have honestly held him to that standard, held him to those words and say, well, you said that you will fight for the low. So guess what? Here's $3 million. Get an opportunity to fight for all the belts. This is what you said. But instead, to Eddie Hearn's credit, that I don't give much, he tossed him $5 million to stop the conversation. Luis Ortiz aiming high with 10. I'm expecting them to fall somewhere between 5 and 10. I don't know what the final number is going to be, but either way, they're all good numbers. Ortiz might have the advantage. Southpaws are tricky, very tricky. Very tricky. Man, he will. Facts all day. Desmond Samuel says, I still don't understand why the ref stopped the fight in round 7 and called the ringside doctor to check out Wilder. Oh, you want to rehash those arguments, man? Come on, man. Hey, we're not going to go there right now, man. We're going to make this tonight about Luis Ortiz, but answer me that question on the next stream, Desmond Samuel, and we'll mix it up. Last of a dying breed, fighters fight up to the level of their competition. He probably couldn't get up for Hammer, and he would be ready for Joshua. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see, man. I mean, you only can do what your body allow you to do. The man was just in a major fight that he went the whole fight. And Hammer was not an easy opponent, man. I mean, clearly Luis Ortiz was not, and I've told people this. There's been fights in the past that Luis Ortiz hasn't looked his best. This is one of the things that hurt him when he was over in the UK. A lot of people were okay with him not fighting Joshua because, he gave us a couple stinkers over here, man. He didn't set the crowd on fire while he was over here. So sometimes he's boxed in a slow manner like that before. He hasn't always been the Luis Ortiz that gave you that Wilder fight each and every fight. Some of his fights could be a little boring because he's a fundamental Cuban boxer. He's from the Cuban school of boxing. He's taught to fight fundamentally sound at all times. And sometimes it could be a crowd pleaser and sometimes it don't, and sometimes he takes his time. Lawrence Williams says they must have found a cure for Ortiz's daughter's skin condition for him to turn down 5M. Shh. You don't know. That's why I say, bro. I mean, he may have turned down the 5Ms, Lawrence, but at the end of the day, don't forget, Eddie Hearn said he will come back with one more counter offer. We got to see what this counter offer is. My deal is, like I told them, Lawrence Williams, I don't think he was here. Like I said, man, they are already above the threshold, in my opinion. This is more than I thought he would get. So anything above them 5Ms to me, Luis Ortiz needs to be accepted. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care. Oh, he's saving Eddie Hearn's event. He's saving AJ reputation here in America. I don't want to hear none of that, man. Luis Ortiz got to think of himself. Oh, he's promised the Wilder fight. Not buying that either. He needs to go for that money while it's there, bro. That man got a kid to worry about. That man is getting older. Ain't many opportunities like this available for Luis Ortiz. Man, and unless Al Heyman is going to open his bank account and say, if I turn this down, you're going to ship me 10 M's in my account. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way. P. Noah says, man, everybody got a bad day. Everybody got a bad day. I don't think that was really a bad day for Luis Ortiz. I just think that the way he fights, sometimes you will get fights like that. You can't catch everybody all the time. I mean, I think that's just how he fights, unbiased boxing talk. What's up with you? Yeah, $5 million is a lot of cash to turn down, but he turned it down, but it was strategic because, like I told everybody, bro, unbiased, they still having ongoing negotiations. This is the bow is not on the gift yet. All right, the fat lady ain't sung yet. You did. The final whistle ain't blown. Eddie Hearn stated that he will come back with a counter offer. So we can just, and this is why I've changed a little bit on this, because like I told everybody yesterday when I heard this, I thought it was over. They said he pulled out, it was over. Listening to his promoter, you would have thought it was over. You wouldn't have knew that this still was ongoing. Eddie Hearn says, before I make my final decision, I will issue another counter offer. That's why when I put this in my boxing form, I put the word counter offer twice purposely. It's not over. It's not over. Let's see what the final number is and then say, well, Ortiz out of his mind if he turned down 6.5 million. Ortiz out of his mind if he turned down 7 million. Then I will be right along with you like he is tripping. He is tripping. Anything above 5 at this point, and I'm like, yo, you tripping. I'm sorry. If 5 was the final number, I'd be like, go for it. Truth be told, that's just me. But hey, I mean, hats off to him for playing his hand and gambling on himself, man. Real shit. AJ is learning on the job, much like Conor Ben. He shouldn't be learning at this point, though, we'd agree. with all of the fights he done been knocked down, he done, got up and fought over adversity. He's fought boxers, he's fought brawlers. Right now, he should be entering like knowing it all right about now. Hey, what is AJ? He's in his late 20s. I know. I don't know, bro. You should know by now. I used to say that about him all the time. He's learning, but I don't know. Antonio Matthews says if Ortiz win that $7 million, he will turn into 20 to 30 million pounds in the rematch with Joshua. I'm sure they probably want. I don't know if they're going to get a rematch clause and all that because this is a short notice fight, man. They don't even technically. I'm shocked that they giving him this much leeway. I always thought that they was trying to stay out of the way of Luis Ortiz. Now I'm also keeping my third eye open on Eddie Hearn to try to make it as if we're offering you. Well, then again, man, at this time, bro, I can't even fake, man. Eddie's in the clear. Eddie in the clear, bro. Eddie has made an offer that none of us thought he was working on, bro. Eddie is in the clear. He's gonna sit back and say, "Well, hey, I offered him 6.5 million. I offered him, 7 million, 5 million, 6 million, plus the opportunity at 3 titles. Who else is he gonna fight to make that? And it's gonna be hard as fuck to argue with him. Oh no, bro. Eddie might have just cleared himself with this news coming out. I'm sorry, man. Nah, he has no amateur pedigree. He got shipped into the Golden Boy team. He's a killer now, but he's still learning ring IQ. Okay. All right. Well, if you say so, you think that's the reason he's staying away from Wilder? Because he ain't quite that complete guy yet? Let me know. Pino says Al Heyman needs to give King Kong $10 million. I don't think that's going to happen. It's going to be hard to recoup that kind of money from King Kong, man. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Best of the best says, yep, Eddie is definitely in the clear. He is. Yeah, he is. I have no talking points to go against Eddie Hearn in this situation right now. You offered him more than any of us initially thought. When we were left in the dark, when most of us uploaders were left in the dark about what's the number, what is it? Is it 2 million? Is it 3 million? People were saying low numbers. No one was saying, is it to 6.5? When I originally first talked about this, I said I would love to see if Eddie scratched off Jarrell the Mutant Miller's name and put in Luis Ortiz's name and just kept things as is. That would be awesome. And if I see he's striking within that range, right, I'm tired, man. Eddie's in the clear when it comes to this situation, man. So look, man, we'll see how this thing develops and we'll see which way it goes. I'm rooting for Luis Ortiz to get the top dollar. At this point, man, Luis Ortiz is in nothing but the green right now. He's negotiating his ass off. But if he falls short of that 10 million and he stands on his square and he says, yo, man, I ain't taking this fight if I don't get that 10 million, we're going to have a problem. It's going to be duck emojis everywhere. Everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be one of the ones included in putting one out there. Because how do you turn this down, Luis Ortiz? Is it all to sting Eddie and hurt his event and all this dumb shit? Man, you better look past that with your 40-plus-year-old ass. You better look past that and realize where you at and let reality set in and let somebody guaranteeing you that money. Other than that, man, shit. I'm sorry, bro. At this point, Luis Ortiz, you are in the green, bro. You in the green. This is your biggest payday and biggest opportunity at recognition of your career, perhaps. Well, the Wilder fight was pretty big, but it wasn't that big of a purse. This is the biggest. Don't let it slip away, cuz. All because you're trying to prove a point and you letting these people talk for you. We know Luis Ortiz ain't in no damn boardrooms. He's listening to what his promoters are telling him. Don't let this opportunity pass, homie. And this is coming from a dedicated Luis Ortiz fan that got nothing but his best interests at heart. And I'm hoping that he makes the right decision. P. Newell says in the super chat says, man, stop playing King Kong. He should get that $10 million just fine. AJ, okay, well, if he don't, though, P. Newell, if they coming in at 6, if they coming in at 7, I still don't think that's a reason he should turn it down. If he don't, I mean, Eddie clearly says I'm coming back with one more counter offer, and I'm already offered you 5. So realistically, he ain't gonna raise up another 5 million. If he comes in within the 6 to 7 range, bro, I don't see no reason why he should turn it down. And if he do, bro, like Slim, that's gonna haunt the hell out of him, man. That's gonna haunt the hell out of him, bro. I'm very impressed with this offer that's on the table thus far. And if it gets better, Shit, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. Grievous says now or never, all day. Orlando Finney. Okay, you saying card. Yeah. Victor Miranda, salute, man. Salute right back to you. Look here, man. Everybody, hit the like button for me, man. I enjoyed this episode of We Talking Boxing. We here every Wednesday, every Sunday. If you miss majority of the show, man, go ahead and look, hit that playback for me, man. On your way out, hit the like button if you didn't hit it on your way in. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be catching up with this story, man, a lot more. The Luis Ortiz situation. Expect videos from myself. I will be uploading them, trying to keep my third out on this situation. When we get to a final number, ladies and gentlemen, this is an ongoing negotiation. So we thought that from the headlines yesterday that this was over. He ran out. It was it. That was all. We were hearing this cat. What's this cat? Michael Hunter. We thought that was it, but it ain't over. Wait till you hear the final numbers and see what the outcome gonna be, and then make your determinations. You won't hear me say nothing else about this until I hear Eddie Hearn announce an opponent. And that's just being a buck. Much love to each and every one of y'all, man. We agree. Peace, bro. Stay safe. Same to you. Last of a dime breed, my main man. Jarrell Miller Dumb. His highest paid fight was $70,000. Jarrell the Mutant Miller. Call him by his real name, last of a dime breed. He's a mutant. You mutant. Get the hell out of my sport. Best of the best. Much love to you, man. Everybody. You say, what? I just watched a video made by World Breaker where he said Ortiz said he would take $5 to fight Joshua. What happened? Yo, man, that's before Eddie Hearn came out and says $5 million and said, I'll give you another counter offer. Shout out to Eddie Hearn, bro. And I don't say that often, once again, on this channel, but shout out to Eddie Hearn for coming correct off the first offer and then willing to do a counter offer. We'll see what the final number is, man. Much love to everybody, man. Y'all continue y'all work week, work hard, put that money, put that work in, get that money, do it all, and we will be back here Sunday for another episode of We Talking Boxing. You know what I'm saying? All day. We may even do a late night live stream to all the fam out there. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe up to me, man. We always keep it a buck. We always keep it real on this channel, man. The family is growing, fight fans. The family is growing. We are growing. All my day ones, we are growing. Much love to each and every one of y'all. To the next video, Main Man, Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe. Twitter, Made Man 511. Facebook, Main Man, Made Man. Boxing Forum. Instagram, Main Man, Made Man. And until the next one, much love, everybody. Peace out.